I don't think I'm reading the right one. Wait a minute. No, stop. Cut. Hi everyone, welcome back to Needle Workshop. My name is Emily and I'm back today with a series of cosplay tutorials for a brand new costume. We recently published our first pattern from our Last Fable series, which is inspired by Cloud from Final Fantasy Advent Children. You can find the pattern along with the fully written tutorial available for download on our online store, which is linked in the description box below. The written tutorial also includes tons of info on how to properly measure yourself, how to print the pattern, along with material suggestions and the tools used in the tutorial. So yeah, we worked really hard on this, guys, so please make sure to check it out. Also, as always, please make sure to make a mock-up before starting. This allows you to make sure that the fit is right, and it's better to mess up some inexpensive fabric than something that you paid hundreds of dollars. Please don't pay hundreds of dollars for a fabric. That's too much. We'd also like to thank Iwood Cosplay for collaborating with us on the production of this costume. I think he looks amazing, and it couldn't have come all together without his help because he made all of the things that we didn't make. So please make sure to check out his work. All the links will be in the description box below. Now, without any further ado, let's get to the tutorial. We're going to start off the tutorial by prepping all of our straps. We've indicated the straps through a lettering system. The diagram for the placement and measurements of each strap is available in our written tutorial provided with the pattern. I'm going to start by prepping straps A, but keep in mind that all straps are prepared in a very similar manner with some slight exception. Right side to right side, fold the strap along the longest length in half and sew in place at one end and at the longest side. Cut off the excess fabric at the fully sewn corner. Turn inside out and iron flat. Sew a top stitch around all sides, but the end of the strap that has yet to be sewn shut. For this, we've opted to use a slightly contrasting gray denim thread to create a little bit of visual interest to our garment. Cut off a 2x4 rectangle of male and female Velcro and sew the male side to the end of the strap that is fully stitched up. If you have a side of your strap that you visually prefer, then sew the Velcro to that side. Moving on to strap B, you'll be repeating all the previous steps from strap A. For strap C, I've had to sew two pieces together to get the full length of my strap. This is by far the longest strap. Ideally, you'd want the strap to be in one single piece, but I did try to place my seams so that it would land on the shoulder to try and keep it as discreet as possible. Afterwards, you just rinse and repeat all the previous steps. The last two pieces are strap D and E. Those pieces will serve to keep the buckle attached to the skirt. Right side to right side, fold the strap along the longest length and sew in place at the longest length only. Both shorter ends will remain unsewn. Turn inside out, iron flat, and top stitch along the longest lengths. At this point, you'll definitely want to attach your buckles onto your strap. Unfortunately, I need to send mine off to my colleague Julie so her boyfriend can cut off the prong of my buckle since I'm unable to do it myself. More on how to attach the buckle later. Now that our straps are all prepped, we can proceed to assemble the rest of our garment. Take out your two waistband pieces. You'll need to fully interface at least one of those two pieces, both if your fabric is lighter weight. You'll notice that the piece has several notches on one side, and those notches indicate the placements of straps B, C, D, and E. Set aside one of the waistbands for now and place your female Velcro piece that matches up with strap A as indicated on the pattern. This should be on the right hand side of the piece, making sure the bottom notches are facing towards you and that your right side of the fabric is facing up. Overlock your bottom side that has most of your notches. Bring in strap A and making sure the Velcro is facing upward, place the other end of the strap in between the two notches at the left hand side of the waistband. Pin in place and sew 7 mm from the edge. Set your piece aside for now. Bring back out your other waistband piece. Make sure your piece is right side up and that the notches are facing towards you before placing all your straps in place. Take out straps D and E and place them in between the notches at the left hand side. The strap that is placed to the side completely is located between the notch and the seam allowance, 1.2 cm away from the edge. Optionally, you can move the strap further in, depending on which picture reference of cloud you are using to make your costume. Make sure to pin your strap in place. Next, place strap C in between the notches of the right hand side. In my case, I was careful to place the seam in my strap at the shoulder for extra discretion. Once again, if you have a side of your strap that you visually prefer, then place it right side up. Also, make sure to place the unfinished end of the strap at the edge of your waistband. Place strap B to the edge of the right hand side. Once again, the strap is placed on the side completely, which is located between the notches and the seam allowance, 1.2 cm away from the edge. So all your straps in place, 7 mm from the edge. Set aside the waistband for later use. Bring out your skirt panel. Make sure your side seams are overlocked. Fold the side seams in by 1 cm and top stitch in place with a straight stitch. Finish the hem of the skirt by folding it in once by 1 cm and then a second time by 2 cm. Make sure to iron in between each folding and top stitch in place. We've opted for a double stitch in this case. This is simply an aesthetic choice. For the following step, bring back your waistband with the 4 straps attached to it. Now you'll need to align the hip section of your skirt to the hem of your waistband, sandwiching the straps in between the 2 layers of fabric. Start by placing the side edge of your skirt 1 cm away from the side edge of the waistband. You don't want your skirt to be inside the seam allowance of the waistband. Then proceed to align all of your notches properly. Once everything is pinned in place, sew in place with a straight stitch 1 cm away from the edge. If everything is done correctly, it should look like this. Take your other waistband and right side to right side, align it in place with the other one, making sure the overlocked edge is towards the skirt. Pin in place all the way around, excluding the bottom side with the overlock. Sew in place with a straight stitch 1 cm from the edge. Cut off the excess fabric from both corners. Turn your piece inside out. You can gently push out your corners using your scissors, but make sure to push very gently. To finish your waistband, we're going to push the seam allowance of the waistband and skirt towards the waist and then lay the overlocked edge of the other waistband piece over it. Pin everything in place and sew shut with a stitch in the ditch. Also iron the top of the waistband flat. Next, you'll first want to top stitch the sides and top of the waistband, making sure none of the straps are in the way. Once you've got that area top stitched, push the straps upwards and top stitch the lower area of the waistband, making sure to catch your straps as you go. Make sure your straps are placed properly though. We did another double top stitch in this area since we found it to be aesthetically pleasing. To avoid that the waistband droops down, I'm going to stitch in place straps B and C at the top of the waistband, but I'm going to do so by hand at the back of the strap so that the stitch isn't visible when looking at the costume. To help with the support of the straps at the front, I'm adding 2 little Velcro pieces of 3 by 2 centimeters right over the buckle. The other side of the matching Velcro will be stitched to the strap either by machine or by hand. If you want to keep it discreet, I would suggest by hand. Lastly, I'll be putting in the buckles to my straps D and E. Slide in the ends of the strap D and E into the middle bar of your buckle and fold your strap over the bar. Your fold should be 4.5 centimeters from the edge. Then top stitch your strap in place using 2 straight stitches. You can also see here where the other Velcro will be placed, but you'll first need to measure the length of strap needed before placing the Velcro. And with that, the skirt panel for Cloud is finished. Alright, I hope this video tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments section below. If you like this kind of content, then please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified of all our upcoming cosplay tutorials. Honestly, this really helps our channel, so please make sure to do it. If you'd like to know more about our upcoming projects, feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We post a lot of information there that you won't find on YouTube. Once again, we'd like to thank Lorentz for taking a chance on working with a small company such as ours. It's hugely appreciated. And with that, I think this wraps up the video. So until next time, oh, too early. Until next time, good luck with your, no, until next time, good luck with your projects, guys. Bye-bye. All right, 2 down, 2 more to go.